Making a suggestion of a video game to someone is such an awesome way of, exploring new adventures, new art from developers. And, it's great when you can share experiences and they could create memories on something you truly love. But it kind of takes you back when you suggest something that you personally love and they say it sucks. That happened to me when I suggested one of my favorite games, which I have over 500 hours now logged into, to one of my best friends who then told me, that game ain't for me. Why was that? Because he had the console version. What the hell happened?
So what is 7 Days to Die? Well, just like the box reads, the survival horde crafting game. Alright, so if we want a better definition, let's head on over to the 7 Days to Die wiki. It reads, with over 18 million copies sold, 7 Days has defined the survival genre with unrivaled crafting and world-building content. It is set in a brutally unforgiving post-apocalyptic world overrun by the undead. 7 Days is an open-world game that is a unique combination of first-person shooter, survival horror, tower defense, and role-playing games. It presents combat, crafting, looting, mining, exploration, and character growth in a way that has seen a rapturous response from fans worldwide. Play the definitive zombie survival sandbox RPG that came first. Navezgane awaits. So once we start the game just dumps you off in the middle of nowhere, stripped down to your skimpies, and left to fend for yourself. You have a note on you telling you to not cross the Duke again, or else. If you check your inventory, you have a little bit of food, you have a little bit of drink, and that's about it. Time to start farming those resources, leveling up to increase stats and skills, and to go out and adventure. But be aware, once night comes, you better have protection, or at least a really good hiding spot. As you start to understand the lay of the land, you realize that the 7th day, the skies turn blood red, and then the blood moon rises. Waves of undead come swarming you, so fortifications are definitely a must. With so many different ways of building a character, both solo and multiplayer have so much replayability. I personally find that playing the game with others is top tier. I have a good little group of friends that we all kind of pick our own paths, which kind of complement each other, so it takes the workload off of everybody. Now the Blood Moon Nights, that's where it's at. I find some of the most fun and hilariously bad deaths happen to me and my friends during that time. So with my love towards this game, I had to find out what was going on. And what I discovered is, it all depends on what platform you play on. Because there's quite a bit of a difference between PC and the console versions. So the story starts with the original developers of the game, the Fun Pimps. Now they are a PC software studio only, so they've decided if we're going to bring it out to console, we got to reach out. So they ended up selling the license to the game to a game company named Telltale Games, who then in hand had got Iron Galaxy Studios to help port the game over to both the PS4 and the Xbox One. Now, Iron Galaxy started porting with the Alpha 14.7 build. And within just about a year later, the game was successfully ported over, and Iron Galaxy had hashed out about 18 different updates, which helped bring some content from Alpha 15 and 16 build for their version. But then tragedy struck. Telltale Games filed for bankruptcy. This means their games, including the license for 7 Days to Die, gets locked up behind some legal red tape, locking all developers to the console version out. This includes the Fun Pimps. So after a very lengthy battle and a lot of money spent, the Fun Pimps had finally obtained their console rights back. So party time, right? They now have the rights back, they could find another developer, and all would be well, right? Well, not really. Fun Pimps came out with a pretty lengthy response. I have a good section of it on the screen here. What it boils down to is there's going to be no future updates for the console version. Instead of spending money on a new developing team and on new updates, they've had to spend all of that money just buying the rights back and still dealing with legal issues. And along with the money issues, the game is a very, very resource intense game. And with all the current updates that the game has, those older consoles aren't able to keep up with the demand. So they were scared that it would break the game, costing them even more money to fix it. Alright, so let's loop back to the start of the video and talk about what I brought up. So what I've experienced and what my best friend experienced are two totally different things. Where I started at roughly around the end of Alpha Build 15, mainly really getting into it starting in Alpha 16, my friend sat kind of locked, frozen in time. Where the PC build received about 37 updates before the launch of 1.0. He got nothing. And let's be real here. At that series, at Alpha 14.7 and the couple of updates, that version was really hard. So I can understand the frustration now. And with that, I hope you enjoyed today's video on the legacy console version of 7 Days to Die. Have you played the console version? Or were you part of the PC Master Race? Let me know what you thought about this game down below. And I'll see all of you adventurers in the next video. Happy gaming all.